If you're starting out on your jewelry making journey, you really only need 3 pairs of pliers to make most of the projects you're going to see. So these are going to be our round nose pliers, our snips, and our chain nose pliers. So let's look at what each of these pliers does together. We'll start first with our round nose pliers. You can see that each side of the round nose plier, all those jaws, both those jaws are very round, right? What we use these for is to make loops in our wire. I'm going to demonstrate that with some spare wire I have here. I'll move these aside. So something to keep in mind is that where you grip the wire in the jaws can change the size of the loop. So if we're going to make a loop, first thing we do is we have our wire, we grip our wire with the pliers, and then we can start pushing backwards around one of the jaws, and you'll want to rotate that around the jaw a little bit to complete the loop. And there we have our first loop. So let's see that again higher up on the pliers. So we've got, going to grip a little bit higher up. We're going to push the wire backwards around the jaw. We're going to rotate and complete the loop. And you can see we've got 2 different sizes of loops. So that's going to be our round nose plier. Next up, we have our chain nose or flat nose plier. You can see the jaws on these guys inside, it's flat, there's no teeth, and you can see that they get narrower as they get to the tip. So we want to use these anytime we want to hold wire in place or we want to make a different type of bend. So let's take our wire again, and we can grasp the wire with our pliers. And if we want to make a sharp bend, we just push directly backwards, and you can see we've made a corner in our wire. And there's a number of times we want to use this, but this is a very important technique for using our chain nose pliers. And then finally, our snips. So an important part of the snips is oftentimes you will notice that one side is flush and the other side is kind of indented in. So you always want to make a cut on the flush side to keep we want to position our flush side closest to what we're trying to cut, so we have as little tail as possible left. And with these, you get a nice clean cut. So we're going to use all 3 of these pliers to make a quick pendant. We've got a head pin, we have a bead, turquoise bead that I'm going to string right on there. We've got a round spacer bead, silver. And the first thing we'll do, we'll take our chain nose pliers, we're going to grasp the wire, and we're going to bend forward to make that little corner that we did earlier. Next, we'll take our round nose pliers, we will grasp on the turned away side, the flat side here, and we will make a loop around there and push. So we've got this loop for attaching a split ring later, or a jump ring. Then we'll do a quick wire wrap to wrap that tail around. And then we'll use the flush side of our snips to cut that tail off. And finally back to chain nose pliers to push that sharp end down onto the head pin and tuck it in there. And there we have a quick little pendant. So that's our 3 basic pliers that you'll need to start making jewelry. Now, if you never learn how to use any other type of pliers and you just stick with these 3, this will take you really far and you'll be able to complete most projects that you set your mind to. So good luck and happy crafting!